In this video, we're going to talk about hair, nails, and skin. There's many different causes to a problem with loss of hair, brittle nails, or skin that becomes, let's say, extra dry, or you start losing your collagen. But I'm going to talk about probably the most common thing that I find, and you may want to try this. Okay? So the first thing I want to tell you is that the majority of people addressing these three things are doing it from the outside in. They're choosing lotions, serums, creams on the face, hoping that's going to go into your body and make the skin all real nice, or they're using different types of shampoo that will make your hair more lustrous and filled with collagen. Hopefully that collagen will sink in there and go into the hair, but that never works. Of course, then they have the nails that they fake nails, right? So how do we make the nails really, really strong and hard, and the skin really nice, and also the hair so it doesn't fall out? Well, we want to apply the philosophy of inside out. We want to start building up our body from the inside out and doing things to improve the health. But you probably are already eating fairly decent if you're watching my videos. You're eating probably foods with vitamins and minerals. You're probably taking vitamins and minerals. And you might still have a problem with this, and that is because there's a certain nutrient that's very deficient in a problem with this, and that has to do with trace minerals. Now, why trace minerals? First of all, what is a trace mineral? Trace minerals are those minerals needed in very small, tiny amounts, and trace minerals function to help make enzymes work. What do enzymes do? That's the workhorse of the body. There's like thousands of enzymes in your body doing the work to building up protein and breaking protein down. And that's what enzymes do. In fact, without enzymes, you couldn't even grow your hair. So you have a hormone component part, and then you also have a trace mineral component part that activates the enzymes so you can actually build protein in the body. Because if you think about it, it's not necessarily that you're not eating enough protein. You're probably eating enough protein, and you're eating collagen in that protein, because that's what collagen is, a type of protein. But it's the activation of that protein to make it available through the liver and up through the skin and to the hair. So this is something that I've tried on a lot of people, and it's worked. You may want to try it yourself. Consume more trace minerals. Trace minerals are probably the #1 deficient thing in our country, in the United States now, because the soils are so depleted. The farmers only put 3 minerals back into the soil in some cases. They don't put all the trace minerals. One is there's no real requirements that are listed, like the RDAs, for trace minerals, even though we need them and it's necessary. So they help fortify our hormones, like even iodine. You need iodine. Try to find some food with iodine unless you consume sea kelp. So trace minerals are very missing in our environment, and it's very essential to build protein, hair, nail, skin. Now, if you go to the store or online and get trace minerals, you're probably going to see a lot of different versions of trace minerals and that are salt-based, or something like colloidal minerals, salt-based minerals from the sea. Those are all fine, but you really only absorb 5% of those. And they're a different form of chemistry. They're harder to absorb. I'm going to recommend you do plant-based trace minerals. Now, what is plant-based trace minerals? They're basically plants that were grown on soils with the trace minerals, so that way the plant pulls them up into the plant, and then you consume the plant, and now it goes right in like a rocket ship. Plant-based trace minerals they're 15,000 times smaller than regular trace minerals that are from the sea. So they're very tiny, they go in like a rocket ship, and they create some cool effects, and so you don't need as much. So now where can you find trace minerals if there's really no soil left? Well, you can go next to a volcano where the soils have been fortified with the deep parts of the earth from the volcanic ash, and they have volcanoes in Italy and Hawaii, and just move there and live off the land. You can do that, and you're going to get all the trace minerals. That's probably why those people, their skin looks a lot better. Or you can get a plant-based trace mineral from a prehistoric time. So I want to show you the one that I have. It's called Trace Minerals This is basically 70 million years old. It still works. And this was captured in a layer of the earth 70 million years ago where they had all the prehistoric plant vegetation and they had all the trace minerals back then. And those minerals have been protected for a long time. So there's a company that captured that material and made it into a water-soluble product, and that's what I use because you just need a dropper full or two in some water a day to help get those plant-based trace minerals. So unfortunately we can't go back in the time, but the prehistoric minerals are a good way to get the plant-based. Unless you have your own garden, you can start fortifying the soils. So trace minerals are probably the number one single thing that you can do, but there's something else as well. And that has to do with certain types of fats. Now, a lot of the remedies for hair, nail, skin involve fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E. All these are really good for the skin. If you're consuming those and it's not working, there's something else you want to look at, and that has to do with one more thing, and that has to do with this thing called bile, not enough bile from your gallbladder. So if you have a digestive issue, let's say you're bloating and you're burping and you have belching and all that, or your stomach's distended when you eat, then you could be deficient in bile. So because bile helps you digest fats. So if you don't have enough bile, your gallbladder will be stressed, and bile helps you absorb all the oils, essential fatty acids, all the fat-soluble vitamins to start helping the skin. It's just another thing that I find with people with dry skin or collagen problems. So the combination of some extra bile and trace minerals are probably the number one thing that I would recommend to enhance your hair and nails and skin, and you may want to try it out. I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you in the next one.